I wish to commend all Nigerians for their...
As the Buhari administration prepares to bow out of office after spending 8 years in the seat of power, Nigerians have been reacting to happenings during the tenure of the country's president. Citizens interviewed by Top Accolade News were torn between crediting and discrediting the outgoing administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. Daniel Agwu, a former banker, scored the outgoing government 2 on a scale of 1 to 10. He berated the government in its handling of the nation's educational sector, as he noted that the frequency and scale of strikes in Nigerian universities were disheartening.
Honestly speaking, on a 1 to 10 range, I'll give them a 2. The government have performed far below expectations. Reason being that they came on board with propaganda. They came on board with promises that made the masses to vote for them. Buhari was a man that everybody knew was a Mr. Integrity, who was firm, a general who had all it takes, who has fought the civil war. And so those were the credentials he was coming with. And he got the massive, it's like a cult-like vote he got. But unfortunately, he came on board, his health challenges came and took prominence. And then he had this terrible set of people around him they call the cabal today in Nigeria. And those cabal ruined this country. So when you read them everywhere, even the Buhari himself, he will come out and tell you, I'm not aware. Because he was not made to be aware of so many things that were happening in this country. You start from education. This is the highest, it is under his regime that we had the highest number of strike and the length of people being at home, even when they were campaigning. When they were campaigning for another government, election was coming. Still, students were at home. The longest strike. Why? Because of government meeting up expectations. Because of people he put in charge. The Minister of Education is an accountant who went there and turned the whole thing upside down.
Similarly, Michael Onyedike, a civil servant in Africa's most populous country, scored the Buhari administration low as he stressed that some regions of the country were completely disenfranchised, while the government failed to deliver in several sectors.
Not only nepotism was rife in this government, and even when he was interviewed, he mentioned about the 97.5%. He didn't only say it in West, he practiced it. The part of a region of this country was complete disenfranchised from the government. So there's no way we'll be able to score them well. Here that we are, looking at the building around us, they are all in dilapidation, which is kind of purview of what the government is. The rules and every other things, in every indices of governance, they not live up to expectation.
They came in.
Charity Stephen, a young civil servant, equally scored the government low. She particularly described the impact unemployment had on Nigerian youths, while stressing the glaring lopsidedness in the conduct of recruitment in the land.
They came in, people had so many expectations, and at the end of the day, what we see is not what we really bargained for. So, that's just it. Even though they used to do so many empowerment programs, like all this Empower, but larger percentage are still unemployed, to be honest. Larger percentage, because at the end of the day, when this program comes up, it's only the people that have upper hands that used to get it at the end of the day. Then the larger percentage are still out there without anything to do.
Contrastingly, Comrade Abdullahi Farouk gave the Buhari administration an 80% score as he pointed out some of the accomplishments of his government, while stressing that he expects the president-elect to toe the same line.
I'll score him 80%. I'll score him 80% of his good work, and he has done so well for commissioning up and down. New refinery recently that was commissioned in Lagos is one of the best achievements that he has achieved in his administrations. Constructions of road, education, security, which have reduced drastically to a good number of times, you understand. So, and I believe the incoming president, His Excellency Ahmed Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, is going to do more because he has been in the system for a very long time.
After the expiry of his 2 terms in office, the maximum a democratically elected president can spend in office in Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari will step down as president and commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces as he retires from office life, and the jury is out on the performance of his administration. In Abuja, Nigeria's capital, Abiodun Mohammed, Top Accolade News.